Hey guys, it's me Pinky, and today we had an update which should mainly improve the service. Can't really tell you how good that went or not, but I can say that so far what I was playing went with really smooth. So I'm kinda positive and let's say looking forward for hoping this did improve a lot. It did also bring the NightKing weapon, which honestly confuses me a bit because we had Sandor like a week or 2 weeks ago. Very soon, Sandor was not regularly on sale so far. Only in the new event with the main hands you could get him, and I was expecting them to drop Sandor. Sandor looked very promising. Let everyone buy Sandor's main hand and then drop something like Daron or Thinel or whatever of the two, and in the end drop NightKing, let him be very strong, and then people have to buy NightKing. So I would answer my asked question from the Sandor video with, will this be his comeback, with mostly not, just because I think a lot more people have NightKing than Sandor. At least a lot more that are still spending. So a lot more people will be able to get this weapon, and since Sandor only works with bleed and NightKing works with at least weakness, and in my mind females not anymore since we have Thinel. He's also more universal, so most people will most likely get NightKing's weapon over Sandor's weapon. Anyways, let's take a look into how NightKing weapon work. This is NightKing. It's like Base Awakening. It's basically the same, with the difference that with the Base Awakening you only get 90% of your troops back, and with the weapon you get 120% troops back. Both happens after 20% losses, and both give you 20% attack. By the way, here I was curious if this is just 20% total attack or if it's more, because on a 4-star weapon you get 100%, on a 0-star you get 20%, and 20% feels like nothing. 100% is of course a bit, but if you look onto like maxed accounts with the solo lineup having like 3k total attack plus troop attack combined, 100% is like not a lot, so I was kind of confused. But happily it's just total attack, no like damage multiplier that would be insanely like strong and would like throw over everyone that does not have NightKing. Still, let's go back to the troop numbers. So let's say you lose 20% with just NightKing, then you get back 90% of your troops that you lost. So it's basically an army size buff of 18%. And if you have the main hand, this is basically an army size buff of 24%. So you get, from getting the main hand and unlocking it, get 6% more army size, more or less, once you lose 20% of your troops. And I think this is kind of strong, because you have to take into account that like he spawns them as White Walkers, and then your marches are combined with normal troops and others, and if you lose others, they will not count as 0 losses. So it's not like Reinforce, which would be totally insane, because reinforced troops always die first. Here it's like your normal troops and others, they die mixed, but still, let's say you lose 20% of your troops, you get 24% back. 1/5 of your losses basically is others, so you lose 1/5 of your troops less. This is basically how you should see it in case in terms of healing, dead and wounded and stuff like this. And well, you have 24% more troops, so you have more troops once this procs than at the start of the fight. And also, to bring this in like combination with another new thing, if you think about enrage, if you lose 20% you get up to 30% enrage damage, so up to 30% more damage. Then you get your troops back, then someone has to kill your 24% troops again, and then you're basically back to what it was when NightKing procced. And then you still have like, the fight is gone on, so most likely you will have a nice advantage. And if you look at this at 4 stars, by the way, between 1, 2 and 3 stars, you get on 1 star 125% of your troops back, so 5% more, and 45% attack, which is 25% more. On 2 stars you get 130 and 70, which is again 5 and 25. and on 3 stars you get 135, which is 5% more and 55% more attack. And then on 4 stars, like I already showed at the start of the video shortly, you get 170% of your troops back, which means if you lose 20% of your troops and you get 170% of those 20 back, you get 34% more troops than you had before NightKing procced. And well, if you have the NightKing weapon on 4 stars, you will also have Enrage, which will give you another 30% overall damage. So I think this weapon is kind of insane, to be honest. That's why I think Thunder won't really have a comeback, because, well, think about your bleed versus females. You will get hit very hard at second 1. NightKing will resurrect some of your losses. He will make you tankier against the females. Females tend to lose out the longer the fight goes a bit, because they lose troops, they don't hit as hard anymore. And well, if you then put in Thunder instead of NightKing, the first second will hit you very hard. Thunder will do nothing for you, basically, as long as you are disarmed, while he at least gives you the extra troops. So I think if you now have to choose between buying NightKing and buying Thunder Mainhand, then most of the people will most likely pick the NightKing, because NightKing you can use in weakness and bleed, and Thunder only in bleed. And I think NightKing you can't really use in females, just because you need Layla, you need Salma, you need Cersei with the 4-star main hand if you are in that league, because you need Cersei's disarm. Not so much her damage, it's mostly her disarm. You want Dany because her dragon attack is quite powerful at second 1, and of course you want Sinel for the scaling of the attacks. If you leave one of them away, it's basically your Sinel will proc 20% slower, and it's also two of them to take out, because if you take out Dany, your second 1 will be weaker. If you take out Salma, your second 1 will be irrelevant. Again, if you take out Layla, that's not smart. And if you take out Cersei and then meet Bleed will just destroy you. So yeah, I think it's a weakness. Bleed commander, no real synergy with both, but fits both very well, is for both very strong. And if you think about army size tends to scale up and up and up. By the way, he of course also works with rally size, which also goes up and up and up. And I expect, since the defense sizes did go up by a bit over the last year, we will soon have a rally size increase. So there he will also profit from. And well, defense size, if you lose 20% of your defenders, I think you will be quite happy with this proc. Anyways, if you have the NightKing 4 stars, I would for sure unlock the weapon. And if you spend a bit more, then why not get his weapon done all the way? But for me, it's for a lot of main hands, either get it unlocked and leave it there, or get it 4 stars. Most of the times, the stages in between are not that worth it. So enjoy overrunning the living with your NightKing.